break it with your fist.
Alright guys, welcome to part 3 of Batman Arkham Knight. I did part 2, part 1, part 3.
Given that the combat in Arkham Knight is so much fun, it's very tempting to just...
Last time we left off, the Joker, we were coming into the movie studios, and I had reached 15 minutes recording.
About Batman carried out by the Knight's henchmen. Now, admittedly, this briefing is kind of long, but in my opinion, it's definitely worth watching.
Our training personally designed by the Arkham Knight gives us the tactical advantage. As you know, why don't you stay back and this briefing and I'll see him. You can ask him personally.
What the hell?
I know, right? What the hell is this place? It's the Batcave, our Batcave right now.
Won't come at you straight on. I'll watch you. I'll study you from the shadows and if you make a mistake, I'll make that. Which brings me to point 2. The Arkham Knight has chosen me, and me especially, to test out his latest
Commissioner Hall. What have you done with my soul?
He's not your soulmate, he's Catwoman's soulmate. You're weird.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. You are the police commissioner. Your face is on that building on the next place. Not even need to this thing on. That pacifist crybaby can't touch it. Coming in here, I'm with guilt. Nobody's alongside. And I say I'm testing this out for the night. None of you cowards have to wear one. So, let's review our...
Every goddamn time it gets me.
You need to
You've been trained in a number of field medical techniques, most notably revival. This is
What is this?
I see him in the reflection and I still get scared.
Who are these people?
Before
Kill them.
Joker says infected blood.
Next up,
Outlaw the
sentry
hospital
guns.
safe.
Taking
I never retracted all that.
Trophy Hall.
Shut up, I don't care about the trophy hall.
PlayStation, Xbox.
Hospital errors. Transfusion went unreported. 5 people untreated. The blood's just too long. It's all true. They're becoming
You're told to place one in place
Joker.
of first. We can protect you from attack. If one comes at you from that
It's a form of great
direction,
skill.
if he's smart,
but
If
mutated.
you say that beyond anything I can say.
What
What about that?
He doesn't
He doesn't look like the others.
the old lady cat will lay down some pressing
He's been
Don't catch
infected
me with
long,
long
but he's symptomless.
or weapons well known.
Immune
Remember,
the Joker's blood.
target the
I've
legs,
got Robin
the
going
shoulders.
to find out why.
Again, do not waste time on the chest. That symbol is designed
Henry
to focus your
Street
attention
Robin.
towards our thickest. Vantage points. That means key architectural objects to his advantage. You quickly access these points.
You can't
You can't hold
Think
it.
wise, think where would I hide if I was that sneaky son of a bitch, and you'd probably be right. The Arkham Knight is developed in a resolution to counter these attacks. First one's easy. Destroy the vantage points by shooting. Simple and effective. Want to stop it from using the other vantage points?
Yeah, he'll be here soon. He'll be here soon.
When Batman loses the base of abuse, he'll be forced into the ventilation system. Stop him by the inbound charges.
Prison bed.
The best. By utilizing these movement techniques, you can keep him moving and out of the open.
Hi, Joker. Mark Hamill. I'm Mark Hamill.
You knew just before you come to your place, Metro. Please come back. Sure, you hate the city by which you sing your times. Hates you, not God trace the roads.
So towards the end, GCPD was starting to stuff things out. That's what it does. I think it's explanation to this. Now, initially, I never planned to include this cutscene in the video I shared a couple of years ago, mainly because I didn't know it existed. But after legitimately failing this mission and seeing this cutscene, I wondered how many people would this sort of thing. Right, that just about does it for the main story. Let's tackle some of these side concepts now, beginning with everyone's favourite. Now, the Riddler's whole thing is that he thinks that he's smarter than Batman, though it's almost like he doesn't want Batman to fail too badly, as that will make his victory less special. From this, look no further than the fifth Riddler triumph. If he struggles to land on the third pad, the Riddler will start to lose his patience. You can't do it, can you? I want it. I want it. It feels empty, hollow. Soon. Look, just hit this switch and I'll adjust the difficulty of the challenge to kindergarten level. Kindergarten level. So after initially celebrating beating Batman, the Riddler decides that this is a hollow victory and doesn't feel as rewarding as he would like. So he provides a button for Batman to press so that the challenge becomes easier. I know I've said this a lot in this video, but this is brilliant. Now, Two-Face's whole thing is that he was scarred on one side of his face, so now has two personalities. One being the crazy Two-Face, and the other is the not as crazy half-temp.
Alfred, analyze the other sports.
That is unless you
I want to know exactly what I'm up
with
against.
subtitles on for Batman as Two-Face, his name is in the subtitles for Two-Face.
They say time's the best judge. God, them's time.
However, it's speaking to telling you something. Sometimes it will change to reflect that.
It will show you new excited parts, Batman. I understand.
It's really subtle detail. I'm a sucker for details in this. Speaking of Two-Face, damage on one side of his face is on display is not given the game's own aggressive issues. You might see more than DA scars than you. If you pay extra close attention to harm his face, you might notice this. So you can see Two-Face's veins moving as he plays conscious, which is both really cool and really gross. Not on thought right now, not an excellent. Have you ever wanted to play PC games like GTA and Cyberpunk? They don't have a super crazy system, they just have the system way that is not to art. Now, one of the more tedious tasks in ARKHAM are the demolition watchtowers. You must infiltrate said tower, take out many enemies, and destroy whatever the game tells you to destroy. Besides that, there is one watchtower that stands out from the rest. If you approach the gate of this specific tower, this excellent conversation will play out.
Why you can't get through there? I'm sorry. I bet, man. They're shooting below to burst in here and use your fancy kung fu stuff on us, then wreck our radar console. But, well, you're not on the list, so you're not coming in. Yeah, looks different up close. Big, cut, and strong. Hey, Mr. Mom? You know, I'm joking, right? That the whole list thing, I mean, we really can't let you in, but, you know, we're just... Is he going? So he's going.
Arkham Knight release, I was like a giddy schoolgirl when I heard the voice of Lex Luthor on Bruce Wayne's answering machine. Of course, everyone knows about that message, along with a couple of other ones that reference characters in Bruce Wayne's life. But have you heard the Joker's voicemails? When under the effects of Scarecrow's toxin, if you listen to the answering machine...
No, that was easy to do.
You have no calling. I will have Tom done. You tell his daughter Jim, I need you to stay focused. Maintain yourself there. Drive slow and let
This next detail is perhaps my favorite design.
There's no
There's no way you could have predicted this, Jim.
I'm sure that takes how far he is to take the vision of it. She stand behind me when they realise where you are, something funny happened. How are you supposed to know that if you've never seen it?
It's dangerous, Jim. Get in the back. I'll take us to the box.
So you can actually watch it.
Stay in the back.
I gotta go around the other side, guys. Hold on.
Thanks for watching and giving me another excuse to play this once again. I got nothing for on city and trust me, my kids in. But to me,
I don't know why you can't just go this way. The other side.
found the streets and city to games and perhaps consider subscribing as that's when the changes will out. Thank you.
Just
Get us there in one piece,
Okay, hold on. I didn't
We're running
actually
out of
expect it to
time.
be this smart. So it literally reads her face and bark.
There are 40 really cool details throughout every Arkham game. Some details bigger, some smaller, but all of them I think are really cool. Also, on Twitter, I'm trying to increase my following on there and communication. Also, subscribe, like, try to get 110K for the end of the year.
What have you got, Alfred?
Well, I should start with Batman Society. So start off with the beginning of Batman Society. Once you break out of the tent in the beginning of the game to explore the island, you're supposed to go get a Batmobile next to the Metaverse City. However, you can actually enter some of the buildings that bring on the island and speak to people there. And so you find dialogue that's related to the so you can do that, but listen to all that right source.
No. But I'm going to make ground forces on the agents while I stop taking attention to control action. So explain to me say that. You know what's getting past me. Thanks, Alfred. I'm heading there now.
Batman, you scared me.
You're lucky I'm not one of Joker's men. Stay here and keep a lookout. Sergeant.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Instructions you want down. All the clocks are
Inside of the Arkham Knight ship list, and there's a name of Jason Peters there as well. Peter is Jason's middle name.
Yes, guys, in fake character mode, but you don't need to unlock. Like you have to, like you do in Arkham City, you gotta unlock it for the New Game Plus. But you get this automatically, so you didn't gotta worry about that.
The engine actually has dialogue of its own. After Arkham dies, instantly the mansion.
Jesse,
Go back
clock
and
tower
you see it inside
I'll
of
enter the area.
They have the ability to sense that to the past.
She's dead. No son. I should have done something.
If she died, she's not I'm gonna stay here and got
Mission form. On the trail. I'll find you when I do.
Alright, done.
Jim, the area is paid. Stop.
Right, you're back. Any luck finding Dr. Young?
I found her. Harley Quinn got to her first. She's dead.
She's dead. Dr. Young?
They'll get us next.
We won't survive the night.
You should be safe here.
Is that you
You're
again?
going after Quinn. She has the warden.
God,
Any surprise?
Dr. Young is dead too.
Next, here's a pretty small months to be added. So in this room here, in the library, in the mansion, there's a group of thugs fight. You can actually skip them to grapple straight up the rest of the story. However, if you do that, they actually leave the room here, and they come back to fight you right after Dr. Young dies. It's pretty unique, and it's really interesting that Rocksteady thought of this. It's pretty cool. Number 5. So after meeting Poison Ivy in the Botanical Gardens and getting the mine launcher, once you exit, the story wants you to go to the mansion and speak to Aaron Cash. However, you can skip this part of the story completely, and what you can actually do is go straight to the intensive treatment, which is where Aaron would tell you to go anyway. Doing this actually makes it so the snipers don't spawn in the overworld, because after talking to Aaron Cash, snipers do spawn in the overworld. But they won't if you go straight to the intensive treatment. Number 6. During the sword section in Arkham Asylum, if you have the cryptographic sequencer range upgrade, you can actually skip this right here. Once you do, just decode the links from here, and boom, you're good to go. Number 7. From Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman's facial hair actually grows. Here's Batman in the beginning of the game, and here's a shot of him towards the end of the game. Now, one person might be thinking how his facial hair grows that much in the span of, like, what, 5 hours, maybe 6 hours? I think during times of high stress, people's hair grows faster. I don't know. I made that up, but just source, trust me, bro. Number 8. This little room here in the medical facility was one of the rooms Jason Todd was actually tortured in. You can actually see this in Batman Arkham VR. You can see the room is set up to be the exact same way. It's pretty interesting. Number 9. At the end of Arkham Asylum, there are 3 endings. Each has one hand coming out of the water, one from Scarecrow, one from Croc, and one from Bane. The canon ending here is actually Bane. A story in Arkham City confirms that. I used to think it was Crane, and I made the mistake of doing that in a video, so I'm correcting myself here, I guess. That's enough Arkham Asylum. Let's move on to Arkham City. Number 10. In Arkham City, during Victor Zsasz' side mission, if you never scan or progress the mission, eventually the game will just do this for you on a phone call. It's pretty crazy, right? Number 11. During Mad Hatter's side mission, the mask Jervis gives you is usually black. However, if you change to the blue and gray Batman suit, it will actually change the color to blue. I tried to see if the color was different among
Hold on,
the
guys.
game, but I couldn't notice
I
anything.
messed up.
I'll show them here though in case you see something that I don't.
It does change color. Damn it. I accidentally got on the lamp. You're not supposed to do that. Let's try this again.
During the church segment, when Joker's about to blow up the building and you have to exit, there's actually a dialogue Joker has if you don't do that. Check this out.
Is that you again?
This is what happens when you drag your friends into this crazy little game of ours.
Number 13. So there's this running theory that Arkham City takes place in the 90s. Over here near Wonder Towers building, there's a sign with the opening date of the Arkham facility listed as November 19th. Number 1, followed by an asterisk for the year. So since there is a 1 there, that's like, okay, so the year has to most likely be set in the 90s, right? If that 1 starts for a year, it wouldn't really make sense for this game to set in the 90s considering the technology present in the series or just regular people don't this. So that's the implication that maybe the Arkham is set in the 90s, and maybe they just have our current technology that number 14 it's very obvious to some, not so obvious to others. I don't know, but in the corner, half of it is burnt, and half of it is fine, which, you know, is very fitting for a Two-Face. I'm gonna be honest, I did not notice this until like years later. Number 15. During the section of the game where you have to save Vicky Vale, if you don't take out the snipers and try to go to her, she actually has unique dialogue to listen to. You have to drop a smoke bomb and go near her so the snipers don't shoot you, but take a listen.
No offense, Batman, but in case you hadn't noticed, there are people shooting at us.
Number 16. This detail is pretty uneventful, but if you save at a point where you play as Catwoman, and then proceed to remove her from the game via removing the DLC or going into the game's files or whatever, you get this dialogue box here. I know this is very whatever, but I'm positive a lot of you haven't seen this before, so now you have, you're welcome. Number 17. During the Clayface boss fight, if you throw a remote control battering at Joker during the fight, he will actually duck it. Check this out, it's pretty awesome. I wish we got more stuff like this with other villains, but it's pretty cool to see Joker do this.
You don't need to see what they talk
Number
about.
18. Catwoman has different dialogue with a lot of the overworld villains in the game. Check them out.
Who are you supposed to be?
Okay, so.
Really? Okay, if you insist. Oh, I forgot to say, speak to me like that again, Penguin.
I need to find out what it's Barbara.
Feels like for
They covered it by disabling clock television shooting cameras.
Nice.
If I
To
have
hack
the
The municipal CCTV system. I should be able to monitor access points to the building.
Be nice, Oswald. See you around.
Now, guys, I'm gonna show you an Easter egg of someone that's in the game that we don't get to fight, and we were supposed to, but they scrapped the idea of doing it.
No way am I going in there. Of all the people in Arkham City, Mr. Zsasz gives me the creeps. Do you ever learn
Right there, Victor's
I'm
ass.
interested in your silly little
There's nothing here that tells me how Barbara was taken on
I'm
took her.
lost, boys. Can anyone help a girl?
That's the deal to took Barbara away.
Sorry, Jervis. It's
Those
me.
wires are from the T-60s.
I can
I can program the laptop with a precision tread pattern.
Wow,
It'll make this
Screech really did a number on you, didn't he? Listen, I'm going to go and find Alice, okay? I hear she's with the Cheshire Cat. Somewhere. Well, Julian Day. What are you doing here?
Catwoman, how very nice to see you here.
Don't get too excited. There's no way I'm letting you free. Not after that Falcone mess.
How funny that you should mention that illustrious family. It's so close to your birthday. Tell me, are you expecting anything specific from your father this year? I need to know at least what you usually get. I see you are next.
The tire tracks moving on the Barbara.
I can use
This is about to find and scan the phone. Alfred, I want the Arkham.
Yeah, about that. Look, Red, it wasn't my fault. Strange
It's
to me.
presumably just that time. When you suggest we start? Arkham City.
Be my
This
guest.
is the files of every inmate who was released following the death of Chico Green. And Alfred,
Okay,
they knew
then.
about Barbara.
I think I'll be
Activate this active security protocols. Don't drop your guards.
only the rest of the bit.
No way I could have been doing this while the kids nap. My wife told me to start watching soccer videos on TikTok.
No one will be safe.
Get me out of here.
It's that kind of attitude that gets you in these kind of situations. Will you really? See you later, babe. Hopefully next time you'll know how to talk to a lady. I guess that was your wife after all. So is now a good time to talk to you about an idea I have to steal Barrow's diamond from the Egyptian Museum? It's really all the slave tapes.
I'm going to set up a remote link to the back computer and hit it with every virus we find. Once we're hacked in,
Just ask.
close the door specifically with a controlled explosion.
Let me in.
Sorry, lady.
What's your name?
There's the ultimate ending of the cafe. For example, it's a nice trip to get to his wife. You can find the sniper rifle here. This is the same rifle used in the game's reveal trailer where Deadshot used it to fire at Batman during his fight with Slade. This proved that the trailer is actually canon, which is pretty awesome. I think all the trailers for every game is canon. Number 22. After beating Slade in Arkham Origins, it might catch people off guard, but the reason Batman throws a sword at the end here at Slade is to have Slade focus on him with his good eye, allowing Batman to run up and take him down since, Slade's other eye is not
The boss
the unique design best room in this game is that while Legacy can conceal events while Batman cannot. It's a very neat little detail that shows the enhanced strength Slade has, which is also going to be Montreal's hard to incorporate. Number 24. If you look at hard as this character member in the game, the soul suicide to operate the game central to the one of the fastest in the game's construction. It's very neat that she is this is a baller in process. For Alfred's dying, you can notice the subtitles change to Bruce Wayne when Bruce is begging for Alfred to come back, showing that he drops a Batman persona, and to me, it goes back to being the kid who lost his parents in the alley, except this time he has control of the outcome. 26. So throughout the Arkham games, the thugs and predator sections actually sometimes are shown to hate each other and kind of beat each other. They insult each other as they get picked off by Batman. There's some very dialogue and spontaneous, one of which is this pretty short dialogue in this game. Check this out.
Then that's where they'll be. I'll take over their island. I'll contact you when you're able to load the bridge.
On ARKHAM Shadow actually has a ton of previous games. One, the character of Joe in this game mentions to Leslie Tompkins that he knows about her clinic for yourself. Solve is actually in their city. You can find it near Ivy's lair. Another callback is the audio tape with Andrea Beaumont. I'll play the tape here.
Travis, if I'm dead, I was going to send you another postcard, but would you believe that the museum here owns? Besides, your husband's the only one who reads them. I saw a painting today. A structure it's a person carried out by the angels of death. They're all looking around. But she's staring secretly. Like she can see them. Stay safe, Bruce. We hear Gotham's more dangerous than ever right now. You want to find me?
Into the trust.
Cards she's referring to from that tape are the ones from the It's really cool how these small details shine in this game at Dark Shadow. Number 28. During the game, there's a section in Scanner where you can discover the code for this lock here. If you already know the code, then we'll just say this. 29. Spoiler for Batman Arkham Shadow. Skip here for the next detail, but becomes Two-Face. Might people call you response for the basket. This is seems that he kills Batman and Batman Arkham Knight.
I'm afraid because of you. That wasn't my fault. Go to check intelligence. Going faster. You lost that way. This is it's so good. It's so good. There's Fosh. I'll cover you. We lost them. Start checking for men down. Somebody else down? This is number 4. Send me your save. Nothing we can do for him.
Next up, if you join detective mode while Arnold Wesker and Scarface Dummy are talking, you'll notice the voice emitter is coming from Scarface. His eyes is actually possessed, and it's not Arnold simply being the person who controls speaking himself. That's the Arkham Shadow. Moving on to Batman Arkham Knight. In this game, after it's coming back to that area later in the story, Joker actually has some dialogue in the situation. Multiple, in fact, take a listen.
Look to the left, he's gonna be a prime suspect.
Isn't that Bobby's job?
Shoving it on Bab's body right now, and heading off for revenge on Scarecrow. Might as well shove in the grave with him and save himself some time.
Alfred, I've re-enabled the bridge control.
I'm rebooting the network now. Scarecrow.
Contact.
Someone needs to have a word with the right from gathering concerns in a serious event. Maybe they make an exception when you present it to the other side.
Number 32. In this game, if you shoot a vehicle with a memory gun, it lights up. That's it. That's the facts. Pretty interesting, right? Number 33. Here's one that might not be a pitch, but I wanted to bring it up. It's not just Arkham, but in the Arkham games. There's one way if you nods to Breaking Bad, popular TV show. In Arkham City, there's a W Point building, which is where the Batman villain Great White Shark. But it can be interpreted as Walter Way. Next, the character Mike Trump's actor Jonathan Banks voices the Batman Arkham Knight. And origins of speech that Batman gives to Alfred, basically telling him that he's in danger. It's very similar to the Iron as Knox speech that Walter makes to my wife in Breaking Bad.
When the mugger or the thief stops to think twice, that is fear. That is pornography. That is why I hire assassins, because I am the reason. Why? It was a lie. No, I have not been over my head.
I do.
But it will be theirs. Of this, big enough that it can be listed on the next tables going out. Disappears. It ceases to exist without me knowing you clearly. Don't know who you're talking to, so I am not in danger, Skyler. The danger. It's a story gets shot, you think that of me. I am the one who hurts.
As you hear the background, marks on the average romance flags on one in particular, I think down really recently, like about a year ago. The statue over on Miagani Island will have this effect when lightning strikes it. Shout out to Sponge4007 for finding this. Links in the description. I've never seen this until this video dropped, which is insane, so I wanted to share it. And as far as I know, it's the only lightning effect in the game to show during the illusion, just for a second at that. I don't think other Joker hallucinations do this, so that's really cool to see it. So shout out to Sponge4007. Number 35. During the Ace Chemicals mission, the game wants you to take these guys out on the left, then go to the terminal, then go to the top of the building of Ace Chemicals to scan and locate the missing workers. However, you can actually skip all of that. You can immediately just go to this room on the right and take these guys out. Find the first worker and get your Batmobile inside the building and progress as you just did scan and locate workers. Number 36. Keeping up with Ace Chemicals. You can notice with the Batmobile, typical back seats are able to get into and as far as I know, there's only one instance in the entire game that seats are used at the same time. That's an optional just on that is here at Ace Chemicals. That's just if you press 4, Ace Chemicals. That's just that's the mission.
Bro, what's this, guys?
It's kind of an irrelevant and whatever detail, but I don't know if I find it interesting. It's 37. They're in the case of the boss fight. You can spot this. I have one store for you that should cause damage, which is really sick. Number 38. If you go to GCPD in the game after beating the Arkham Knight, you'll find his helmet and gear here. However, if you go back all the way to where you beat Jason Todd in his boss fight, you'll actually see that his helmet is still there on the ground where he dropped it in the story. So either there's some mishap on Rocksteady's part, or maybe Jason swung by the GCPD and gave them his spare like the nice guy he is. Number 39. During the Arkham Knight, if you go back all the way to where you beat Jason Todd in his boss fight, you'll actually see that his helmet is still there on the ground where he dropped it in the story. So either this is a mishap on Rocksteady's part, or maybe Jason swung by the GCPD and gave them his spare like
Look at her, never mind.
39. During the Arkham Knight Hush side mission, where the camera pans around his chest while Batman walks towards Thomas. If you notice, there's a black knight and white rook. The knight symbolizes Batman as, he is the Dark Knight, and the rook symbolizes Thomas as, in a sense, he's a rookie Bruce Wayne, so to speak, an imitation of the real person. Probably it's a side mission, but I did really enjoy this detail in the mission. And finally, this one's for all the Arkham games. If you notice, we never see how Bruce's parents exactly die. In bits and pieces, was always diluted by something external. In Batman Arkham Asylum, the flashback is manifested by Scarecrow's fear toxin, so we see a very hallucinated version of it, not knowing the story. In Arkham City, we can visit Crime Alley, Hero leading a present for us there, but nothing shows us what happened that night. In Batman Arkham Origins, C is pictured as a children's killer. Nothing new for us there as well. In Batman Arkham Knight, this is also a children's Shadow, we see another Scarecrow hallucination where Batman's demon form comes out to save the day. It's an alternate reality thing. We never truly see what happened that night, how it all went down. If something was different, it's kind of left to our interpretation. Who knows? Maybe an Arkham game in the future will show us the full scene one day. And those are 4D random details in Arkham games. Let me know what your favorite and I should do something like this, and if there's any that I missed that I should have put in the video. Yeah, let me know, man.
Red Dead Redemption 2, a masterpiece that's over 100 gigs. You don't have that storage.
Here are 40 details across all the Arkham games. Some of them you most likely already knew about, but hopefully there are 50 you didn't, or a lot that you didn't. I try to gather a lot of them kind of obvious to then really obscure, so let's just go ahead and get started with it. Here are 40 details from the Arkham games. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and let's move on. Start off, number 1. In Arkham Asylum, in Scarecrow's audio tapes, the actors Cillian Murphy and Jeffrey Combs are referenced in them, both actors who played Scarecrow in various media.
I believe it was brought about to be lost since I am a child. To set my God as the admiral of the to continue my research on the subject of petitions.
Murphy played Scarecrow in the Lone Star Knight universe, while Jeffrey Combs played him in the animated series. Number 2. In the first Titan fight, Asylum. So you beat this guy dodging his attacks, waiting for him to actually heart attack, and then he dies. However, it's actually faster for those bugs when shooting their enemies. Slow, so you can actually kill you in the first fight, and you're gonna attempt to attack the box. Moving on in this game, where you have the Joker's cast here, that would actually have a crazy thing flag when you do, so check it out. Next up, here's the more conventional detail. In all games, there are no female inmates. Asylum possesses female inmates for a city, also recognized relations with male. This is due to creating a protection barrier for women against males, different governments do. However, there are exceptions with supervillains. Apparently, like Harley and Poison Ivy, you would think the same treatment would be for these kind of female supervillains, but I guess it makes sense that they need protection due to their strength and abilities. In Batman Arkham Asylum, mainly huge. You get it. It's a sense of atmosphere in the game, which is a big belt. I think it's really funny the more it gets out. Next up, we get for Batman Arkham. Granted, only done by one belt. According to the Anos President of Livingston, this is one belt was by just performing Batman's game, using 7 of animation styles to think more realistically. Now, if you ask me, I think this just means that the developer worked on other things while on the game. Like, it didn't take him 2 years straight on to do it. Despite what I think, that's important the fact that it's very impressive. The developer did a fantastic job. Moving on to Batman of the City. During the Clayface boss fight, if you actually look at Joker while he's actually nervous during the fight. Likely because he's dying soon back in touch with Clayface, he may not get the cure. But actually, I don't know why he's nervous after he's really respect the guy. Moving on to Batman City, if you try to expose chill Mr. Freeze from your front here, this will happen. Moving on, here's an interesting detail with the Catwoman. Poison Ivy took Catwoman hostage. When you first witness Selena going to Ivy, she gets attacked. Adrian Richards will do this again, which happens towards the end of the game, and Ray just blown up, implying that powers has passed for the name story, which kind of just means that Ivy has Selena hostage for like 8 hours, if that's the case, which is hilarious. What are they even doing in all that time? Moving on, in Arkham City, and in the Arkham games in general, Batman hates Mad Hatter more so than the other means. It's clear from us when he speaks to Mad Hatter and tells him to go to hell. In the way that treats their other villains, that's all it's on games, where I have to take any scene for 6, so because they fit the twists of Arkham City is that Clayface was role-playing as a Joker for the majority of the story. Throughout the game, there's quite a few tells that he is in fact Clayface, not the Joker. One of my favorites is that the real Joker with Batman is Max. However, Clayface refers to Batman as Batman, which is very subtle but a telling detail that it's not the Joker.
The blood has been wiped out. Your men please call somebody.
It's one last chance. Finally, it's stopping. Too late. There's a teeny little bit of menu too. Thanks. It's a special pre-cursed object. It's intended for poison.
Hold on, guys. My fucking shirt keeps coming apart.
There's a teeny little bit of menu too. Thanks.
In the Arkham games, one of the oldest theories created was the Man-Bat theory, where Man-Bat's flying around in Arkham City. It stems from 2 things. One, chalices in the church looked like they were drinking out of like some factory trading, as well as dead mice that looked like someone bit off of them. And when you fly out of the building, people thought this bird here was Man-Bat. And also, this little stand here implies a reference to Man-Bat, which is over at the Silent Steel Mill area. And another thing, I can't confirm this, but I could have sworn there was some big bird cages somewhere in the game that looked like something big broke out of it. You can find any research on it, but I could have sworn I heard back in the day. But yes, anyway, it was a popular playground theory for the game. One of the oldest ones. I love stuff like that. Next up in Arkham City, you cannot wear extra suits until you beat the game. However, I just lied to you. You actually can. It's a cheat code in the main menu that allows you to wear different suits in the beginning of the game. On the main menu, where you click start game, do left, left, down, down, left, left, right, up, up, down, and you'll unlock all the costumes. Moving on, in Arkham City, in the Iceberg Lounge mission, you can see Killer Croc smoking in the background. This is pretty quick. Let's keep going. In Batman Arkham Origins, a little fun detail to know about is that Electric Boogaloo is the youngest assassin in the game out of all people there. He's only 24 years old, no older than my son. While he was a crazy asshole, it's kind of sad to think that he threw away his life at a young age. Moving on, in Batman Arkham Origins, this is a funny detail, but you notice the regular cars in the game are actually just humongous, specifically the Firefly boss fight. Look at this regular four-door, bro. Tell me this isn't built for a giant, humongous cars. In the first mission at Blackgate, you can see in the sign-in sheet here that Jonathan Crane is a frequent visitor. Funny enough, he has not signed out during the time of the Blackgate riot, implying he's still there. They follow up on this pretty well in Batman Arkham Shadow, which is a nice tie-in. In Arkham Origins, the ninth case file mission has you going into Alley to investigate the murder of a couple that Bruce personally knew, resembling a crime very similar to the death of the Waynes. While reconstructing the scene, you can briefly see this appear. Waynes will appear in the ground very briefly. I feel bad for these people dying here, but I think it's a given to not walk into alleyways at night anywhere, especially Gotham City. You're basically asking yourself to get killed, so I actually don't feel that bad. Next up, this detail is more of a community-based detail, and one that
I agree.
Concussion Detonator from Arkham Origins is widely debated as the worst gadget of all time throughout the Arkham games. The reason being is that the purpose of the gadget just isn't good at all. When you throw it, it stuns enemies in the vicinity, but what it does actually is put them in this dizziness state where they randomly punch the air, which makes it way more likely for them to hit you. And it really doesn't add any value or progress to a fight. The biggest upside to it is that it's really good against Copperhead as to get instant KO over clones, or good against Firefly to stun him. But those niches don't take away the fact that this gadget is widely debated as ass. Moving on, in Arkham Origins, it seems that Basil Carlo, the Clayface, will soon become Clayface shortly after the events of the game. He has a showing called Funny Faces that's
Oh, and they gotta start episode 3.
And also